The hot summer day was coming to a close. Sadness was starting to overtake me as I knew our holiday had reached its last day. I sat outside our hotel room and thought about the gorgeous mountains all around me and what a fabulous time the past few weeks had been with my mother and my grandmother. Even though I wished we could stay longer, I was missing my father, and knowing we would see him again soon cheered me a bit. The resort towns of the Caucasus Mountains were a favorite of Europeans from everywhere. The beautiful countryside, cascading rivers, sparkling lakes, and hiking trails that covered the landscape were a wonderful escape from the demands and pressures of the bustling cities of Poland, Austria, Ukraine, and Czechoslovakia. Perhaps it was the plentiful hot springs that inspired millions of Eastern Europeans to make the area their holiday destination every year. The region was noted for its many luxurious and not-so-luxurious spas, featuring these healing waters. My family was among those tourists every year. We stayed at some lovely places, but they were more of the not-so-luxurious resorts that we could afford. As a young preteen girl, I did not know the difference. We could have slept in tents, and I would have loved the experience just the same. The excitement that welled up inside me as August approached could not be contained, and when the time would come to board the train for the long journey southward, it was like releasing the lid on a pressure cooker. Finally, we were off to paradise. We typically would spend several weeks at the resort. We had all kinds of exciting and relaxing activities in which to participate: hiking the steep slopes, swimming in the lakes and rivers, and sometimes just sitting around doing nothing. I loved to read, so the latter was not at all boring to me. I loved reading so much that often my only birthday and Hanukkah presents were books. There was nothing that I could receive that would have made me happier. On that late August day in 1939, we were finishing up the packing for our train trip home. As we closed the last bags, I heard my mother and grandmother talking in nervous and frightened tones. There was a sense of great urgency in their voices. We should hurry as fast as possible to the station. They had heard bad news about the political tensions engulfing the continent. Hitler and Stalin had just signed their infamous pact of non-aggression. It would only be days before the Nazi dictator would invade Poland, setting off the Second World War. As a 10-year-old, I did not know much about international politics, but I was aware of the threat of war. The menacing German nation had been rattling its sabers for a long time.